one of the things that makes One Rental at a Time different is we bring on experts across the industry who are actually doing deals than this. We are not reading books and talking about theory. We are actually talking about winning and losing. We've talked about losses. We're going to talk about a win here. Yes, it is possible to do deals and make some money. Adrian, you just closed a deal yesterday where you profited 6 figures. Let's go through the whole life cycle. How'd you find the deal? What'd you do with the deal?
Yeah.
Let's talk about what you're going to do to celebrate the deal. Let's talk about all of it. What do you got?
I'll start with the celebrate. We had such negatives on deals in Q4 that it's paying back the negatives.
So no celebration. You're just filling in a hole.
Yeah, exactly. I saw it hit the account. I saw it go right back out. I saw it go right back out. All right.
All right. The hole's less deep.
Exactly. But there's still deals, guys. They're still there. And that's the whole point of this conversation, right? So we acquired this deal from actually, and you're going to love this story. I was wearing this shirt at the gym. And, you know, it's interesting because I have like a strict regimen, right? I'm at the gym, 5 o'clock. I'm strict. Well, it happened to be one of those weeks. And if any of you guys have one of those weeks where things just aren't really going the way you kind of plan for them to go, I didn't wake up on time that day. Things were just kind of like a little sideways, and things always happen for you, not to you, right? So I'm telling this story to bring some context to the deal. So I skipped the gym in the morning. Long story short, I am going to the gym in the afternoon. I never do that. I happen to go to the gym in the afternoon. I'm wearing this shirt. And as I'm working out, there 2 guys walk up to me and they're like, hey, you buy houses? And I'm like, I do. Started a connection with them, and they were the ones that brought me the deal. So they got my info, started following me on Instagram. And a week later, they're like, hey, dude, we got this deal. You want to buy it? It was, what did we ended up picking it up for? Let me tell you the numbers. 1 second. As I'm telling the story, I'll bring up the numbers. So he brings me the deal. We end up walking it. Long story short, we end up buying it. And at the time, we were not making 100 grand. At the time, we were maybe making 75, 65, because mind you, we bought this in February. So we didn't, we're kind of thinking the market's not going to be where it was right now.
Yeah, remember February, it was like February is where things ended up turning, but we didn't know it in February.
Yeah. Exactly. A lot of us couldn't see it, right?
Right.
But I knew we were going to make some money on the deal. So I'm like,
sure,
all right,
you bought it right.
Exactly. Let's roll the dice, right? Let's see what happens. And even then, we were still asking for a price reduction because we were a little concerned on what that ARV was going to be. So long story short, we get in the deal. And here, let me give you the pricing right now. Let me bring up the original contract. So we paid $520 for the property. And
let me ask you this. Let's just give everybody the story. So these guys bring you the deal. It wasn't at $520. What do you think they brought it to you? Like $550, something like that?
Yeah. I think they wanted $550, $560 originally.
Okay. So they bring it to you. It's enough for you to sneeze at. You go look at it. You go walk it. You do your research. You go, hey, we can't do 560, but we can do 520.
Yep.
What do you
want?
They
want to start a relationship with me. They said, let's do it. We're making money regardless. They throw it in at 520. Our rehab is 80. So we're
so this is a flip. This is a flip. Okay.
Yep. We're all in at $600,000.
Okay.
So we buy it. Let's see. When did we go under contract? Oh no, I take that back, Zuber. We went under contract in December 28th.
Oh, this is cold. This is frozen market.
We went under contract December 28th and we closed in February.
Okay,
so went under contract, closed in February, and then February, March, April, May. May was when we went onto the market. We didn't go into escrow till mid-May, and then we just closed last week. We closed.
So go ahead.
Closed for 763.
So there's a lot in that. So again, you go into contract on a wholesale deal. It takes you 6-8 weeks to close. You close it. You probably had hard or private money on that to close the deal, I'm guessing?
Private money.
So you close on that. Then you go through, what was it, an 8-week remodel, 9-week? What was it?
2 months.
Okay, so let's call it a 2-month remodel. 80 grand. Did you come in on budget? Did you go over budget?
We went over budget, 12 grand.
So 92. What was it? A 3-2 house? What was it?
3-2, 1419 square feet.
All right. So not bad. So now it's so you close in February, so it's March, April. You start to list the property. When you do your first estimate of value as you're getting ready to list it, what'd you? I mean, obviously you sold it at a number, but what'd you think it would sell for?
When we first bought it, I was thinking 740,
Okay.
735, somewhere around there is where we were first initially thinking. There
Okay.
was a property that was active but not pending yet at 725, and it
Mhm.
ended up closing at 750 right before we went active.
Okay.
And it wasn't as nice. So that was, if it wasn't for that one house selling, we were going to be right at about 730,
Okay.
725 mark. 729.9, I think, is what we first were going to go in at.
All right. So you're thinking you're going to go out at 7:30. The market improves because February or March was cold, or sorry, December was frozen.
Frozen.
February was thawing, but nobody saw it yet. Again, and so you thought 7:30. What'd you end up listing it at?
Seven, let's see. It sold at 6 7. Let me tell you what we ended up listing it at. We listed it at listed at 769,
Okay. And then what did it close at?
763.
All right. So you took a look. So again, what is the kind of story in all of this? Well, the first story I take from this is Adrian needs to stop being a regimented guy and go to the gym at different times. And that's suddenly Adrian's going to roll the dice. What time am I going to the gym today? I'm just teasing. But yeah, never start networking. I've known lots of people to get deals or relationships off their shirts. I think that's a very wise move. Why not wear them? Be proud of your business. Certainly, if you're going to events, wear them. I mean, be a fool not to.
Yep.
Then you got to watch the market. I love how conservative you were. I love that you got the price drop in. But you were still active. That's what the professionals do, right? They understand the environment. And let's be clear, you were losing money in December,
Oh yeah.
and you still got
Oh
a
yeah.
deal done because
Oh yeah.
you got conservative and you got a number that worked, and that's how you get out of this.
Well, and I also knew that the seasons, right? The selling
Yeah,
seasons. I also
of
knew
course.
that, all right, if we buy in December, not closing until January, probably won't be on the market till March, April, somewhere around there.
Just a better time.
We know that something's going to happen, right? We
Yeah.
know that today's value isn't tomorrow's value. Now, if for some reason tomorrow was to drastically change because God knows what happened, right? We still bought the deal close enough to where we can skate out and even if we got a little rash, right? We got a little
Yeah,
rash on our
it wouldn't
elbows,
kill you.
right? We're not going to die.
Yeah, that's really wise. And again, this is the key, right? This is what the professionals do. They lick their wounds. They take their L's when they happen. December caught everybody by everybody I talked to who has a business was hurt in Q4.
Oh yeah.
But the good ones have come out swinging, and many of them have started filling holes, and some of them have gotten over it. So why don't we? So this is just a single deal, single six figures. But again, you're going to be filling that hole up pretty good because you're looking at perhaps over $500,000 in profit here in the next several weeks. Is that true?
Yeah, we put our blinders on and went to work. We saw what was going on in
I
quarter
love that.
four, and we cut out the noise. I even stopped posting as much on Instagram. I actually deleted the app for a long time because I'm like, hey, we round up the troops. We actually shrank the team. So we used to be a
Yep.
pretty large team. We shrank the team. There's only 4 of us now. We got rid of everybody else, and everybody else just kind of went and did their own thing, rightfully so, as they should. And we noticed that as we got leaner, we got more profitable, much more
Shocking.
profitable. Our expenses were like $98,000 in December, Zuber. It was insane. And we're down to $42,000 right now. So drastically cut unnecessary marketing, cut a whole bunch of stuff that we were doing to make us look cool, but they
Right.
weren't making any money.
I
And
love
like,
that.
as cool as it sounds to have 15 cold callers, if those cold callers aren't bringing in 2 to 3 times the amount of what you're spending, there's no point of having them.
Don't have them.
And you know what I noticed? A lot of it was, well, I got 15 cold callers, right? I got 15 cold callers. That doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
And so,
Exactly.
for everybody, really take a look at your KPIs. Some of you want to grow this large, huge, massive team, and you're only going to spend more money than you are going to make it.
Yeah, there is a something you learn very early when you're an accountant is there's a number that's called gross and a number called net. And there's only one of those that's important, and it ain't gross.
No, it's not. It looked cool up until, you realize 70% was going to expenses. And then it's like, how do you live on the rest? So it was a huge eye opener. I'm really blessed that we went through it, because we wouldn't be where we're at now and be hyper focused. And I also had to change my focus. You know, I was focused on coaching and mentoring, and then I had to stop and realize, like, hold on, you're good at that, but what are you great at? Right? You're great at finding great deals. So blinders on, no distractions, blinders on. Let's go find great deals. Let's find a way to go find as many great deals as humanly possible.
Awesome. I love that, folks. Take this words of advice. Again, investing has seasons. Sometimes you need to take an L to wake you up, but you come out bigger and stronger. And Adrian, this will be something you never forget. At least that is my hope. And you just keep operating that way. Where can people find you?
Instagram, guys, at Adrian Hernandez. Don't forget, if you haven't done so already, smash that subscribe button on YouTube, guys. Let's go.
Thank you.